Dahil sa hirap ng buhay ngayong pandemya, mas mabuti talagang mag-tech ka muna. Pero, teka muna, sandali. Bago po kayo mag-click, mag-like o mag-share, dapat laging mag-take ng extra care. Ako po si Mon Isberto, ang inyong techlolo, pwede rin tech-tito, depende na sa inyo. At welcome na naman sa isang bagong episode ng ating programang Tech Ka Muna. We are seen live on 1PH Signal TV, Channel 1, at mapapanood din po tayo ng live or on demand sa Facebook page at YouTube channel ng 1PH. So, before we start, we have to greet, of course, sino pa ang mga televiewers natin. Magandang gabi po mga kapatid at ngayong gabi, mga igsoon. I'd also like to greet some of our regular viewers. Let's start with Miss Edna Pujeda, who is based in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. Good evening as well kay Girlie Dairit, isang teacher po sa Ann Arbor Montessori School dito po sa may Bia Homes, Parañaque. At gusto ko rin batiin po si Miss Jojo Layson. Tama ba? Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Jojo Layson. Siya po ay based sa Dipolog City. So, good evening to all of you at welcome again to our program. At medyo maganda ang ating topic ngayong gabi. No? Iba naman tayo. Pumunta tayo talaga sa hardcore technology. At ang guest natin ngayong gabi ay mga Filipino inventors. Mga Pinoy na naglilikha ng mga bagong technology na makakatulong para harapin ang mga hamon na dulot ng COVID pandemic at ng climate change. Oy. Kailangan na natin pag-usapan yung mga bagay na yan, climate change, no? And these innovations, these inventions are all proudly Pinoy-made. Okay, let's not waste any time. Diretso na tayo sa ating unang set of guests. Ang ating unang mga kasama ngayong gabi, mga kaibigan po, ay naka-imbento ng mga praktikal na solusyon na makakatulong sa paggamot ng mga kapatid natin na nagkakasakit ng COVID. Lalo na po yung ating mga kapatid na medyo nagkakaroon ng serious COVID condition na kailangan talaga ng intensive care. Our guests tonight, let me introduce them. We have two of them for this particular segment. Si Mr. Arnel Marcelo Andal.
Good evening, Sir Mon. Thank you so much po for having us.
Good evening, good evening. At kasama ni Arnel si Edsel Orense. Edsel?
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Edsel, and thank you, both of you. Thank you for joining us. Itong dalawa, si Arnel at saka si Edsel, sila po ang gumawa ng tinatawag nilang AOT Venti Mask. Ito po ay isang ventilator mask para sa mga pasyente na gawa sa snorkeling mask. Yan, no? You can see a visual of that. Okay. Ito, ibig sabihin, snorkeling mask, ginawang ventilation or ventilator mask. No? Okay, magsimula tayo, Arnel at saka Edsel. Bakit ba kayo gumawa ng ganitong klaseng invention or innovation? Saan nagsimula ito?
Actually, Edsel.
No, Arnel, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, nagsimula po ito nung tinapo kami ng PGH to help them with yung plan nila to have ventilator mask interface para po sa mga pasyente na may COVID po. Actually po, sinimulan po ito ng European group po. Tapos sabi ng PGH kung pwede daw po igawan namin ng similar kahit for the Philippine market, for the Filipino hospitals. Pero inibit po namin siya para pinaganda namin madali gawin. So, kami po ni Edsel tsaka ni Dr. Kristan po, kami po nag-collaborate po for that. This one po naman is already it's an evolution na po yan. Hindi na po yung ATO, yan na po yung AO, mask namin, no? Those are for the frontliners na, sa mga doktor na po, sa mga dentista. Yes po.
Okay.
Yung isa po namin is, basically, it's a mask that has a hose po, diretso sa ventilator ng mga hospital. Para po, maganda po kasi doon, pag pag meron po kasing may COVID patient na medyo extreme na po nangyari sa kanya, hindi na po makahinga. So, kailangan po niya ng ventilator. Ang problema po, pag in-intubate na po, pag in-intubate ka po, kailangan po kasi mayroon kang anesthesia, which actually, and kailangan po ipatulog po. Pag pinatulog po nila, yung chances mo of recovering go down drastically. So, maganda po sa mask na ginawa namin ni Edsel tapos ni Dr. Cristan, gising po sila tapos natutulungan sila.
Okay, okay. Let's bring Edsel into the discussion here, no? Kasi Edsel, I understand you're, anong tawag nito? Gumagamit ka ng software para mag-design ng ganito mga innovations. Paano nyo ginamit itong software para ano?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Edsel, how did you bring that factor dito sa paggawa niyo ng innovation na to?
Well,
Hello, Edsel, can you hear us?
The software that was used, sir, is a 3D software which basically. Hello.
Go ahead. Sige, Edsel.
Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Edsel. Go ahead.
There. So the 3D software is the software that we use to create something. Yes, to create something in digital into. So bridging the gap between idea to a physical product would be bridged by a 3D printer.
Okay, so bago nyo gawin yung actual physical product, i-design nyo muna doon sa software. Ganun ba yan, Edsel? Hello, Edsel, can you hear me?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So that's how you do it. Sa computer muna.
Yes, so the idea from digital form, the design would be made in a 3D software using either a Mac or a PC, and then that 3D design will then be printed using a 3D printer.
So puro electronic na ito, Arnel, ha? I mean, from the design to the production, ano na siya, puro digital technology yung ginagamit ninyo?
Yes po, sir. Actually, yun po ang expertise ng aking partner na si Edsel Lorenz. Siya po ay 3D designer, prototyper talaga for the industry. And sinuwerte po kami na na-apply po namin to medically during the COVID lockdown po and up to now even.
Pero parang ganun na ang nagiging estilo ng inventions ngayon, Arnel at saka Edsel, na kasi 3D printer, hindi mo na kailangan i-fabricate. Gagawin na siya ng isang makina batay doon sa software design na ginawa nyo. Ganun na ba ang SOP ngayon?
Yes, sir. Well, Edsel can speak more about that. Pero po ang aming company po, ganun po. Actually, ang application siya po wide talaga po, including metal na po ngayon, no? So, marami na po ngayon lumalabas, pati bisikleta. Na po ngayon, 3D printed yung iba. Tapos yun naman po sa medical naman, dahil nga po sa pag-emergency, kailangan mo na talaga, mabilis po pag 3D printed. Matagal nga lang po gawin, ha. Madali po i-execute, pero matagal siya gawin per item. Matagal po. Yung mask po namin na ganito, abot po ng 18 hours to make yung, ito lang pong portion na to.
Ganun katagal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pero, if I can bring in Edsel. Edsel, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me from your end?
Yeah. Yes, you're okay. Kasi si Edsel, mga kaibigan, nasa Batangas. Nag-i-enjoy siya ng fresh air ng probinsya. Kaya madaling yung nasa likod niya, garden niya yan. Plantito ka ba, Edsel? Baka, mahilig ka rin sa mga halaman. Hindi. Naku, dapat maging plantito ka. Ikaw talaga,
More on fiberglass.
Pero okay, Edsel, Itong mask na ginawa nyo using a 3D printer based on a software, ano materialis ito? Plastic ba ito? Metal? Paano nyo ginawa yan kung 3D printer ang ginagamit nyo?
Okay, so the 3D when using a 3D printer, you have several options on the materials that you can use. So primarily, a beginner using a 3D printer would probably use a PLA material, which is biodegradable. It has its own pros and cons also. It's easy to print, but cannot withstand, heat when it comes to room temperature and when it comes to longevity of the actual physical printed piece. So with the masks that we made, we actually used engineering filaments, which is called ASA, and then we have another one using carbon filament. This one's kumbaga infused with a composite material using carbon. So it's light but really rigid.
Pero can you call this, tawag ba dito, Edsel, mga plastics ba to o ibang material ito? Carbon material? Mas matigas siya. Ganun ba
Yes.
yun?
Plastic and composite material na ang normal terms that we call it.
Okay. So, balik sa'yo, Arnel, no? Parang, iba na ang mundo ng pag-iimbensyon. Ha?
Yes, sir. Pangangailangan po.
Gagawa ka ng software, i-design mo sa computer mo, isasaksak mo dun sa isang 3D printer, siya nang gagawa. Ganun na pala. Ganun ba yun?
Mas malalim pa pong konti. Yun po yung ideal sa first stage po ng isang physical invention. Pero po, syempre gusto mo idalhin sa market siya. If you bring it to market, kailangan po is medyo mas madaling processes, which is injection molding, ganun po. Or you can have it mass produced. So, mas mura po.
Okay. So, pero yun, kumbaga, meron ka ng isang produkto, gagawa ka na talaga kumbaga sa pabrika mo na gagawin yan, hindi na sa printer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pero okay. I understand na hindi lang yan ang ginawa niyong parang device para sa COVID, to treat COVID patients. Meron pa kayong gumawang bisikleta. Ganun ba yun? Pwede ba natin ipakita, Aaron, yung visual nun? Yan, ito yun. Ano ito, Edsel, ikaw, hindi si Edsel, si Arnel ata to.
Yes, so,
what is this?
Actually, sir, I was scared, una. It came from the point of being scared of the COVID impact on the world, no? So, yan po yung sa simula pa ng COVID. Nung narinig ko po na 1,600, 1,800 lang po ang ventilators in the Philippines. And di pa po alam kung ilan doon ang nag-work talaga. And ideally, dapat isang pasyente lang po per ventilator. Natakot po ako and na-inspire din po para i-create to na ito po yung, ito ang mechanical device po to na nagko-compress ng ambu-bag. Di ba po yung ambu-bag na pag nasa ambulansya po or nasa, mobile, kailangan nyo po pinipisil, di ba po? Yun po yung pagbigay ng hangin. So, ginawa ko po, isang actuating device ng laman po, yung parang taga-press po sa kanya, na mechanical. Kasi po, imagine nyo kung taong nagpe-press ng matagal, hindi po kaya. Nagsabi nga po sa akin na doktor na ginagawa nila to sometimes ng 4 hours, 6 hours straight kasi wala daw ventilator. So, nung ganun po, inisip na ko po na gawa ng mechanical device na nagko-compress po. And adjustable po yung kanyang pressure tsaka yung frequency of press po. So, yan po. Parang pantawid lang po yan. Hindi po yan talaga pang-replace ng any ventilator. Pantawid po yan. Sa mga rural areas dapat. Tapos pwede ka po gumamit ng bisikleta para po i-power yan.
Hindi nga, sasabihin ko nga sana, Arnel, dahil mahilig ka lang kasi sa bisikleta, kaya naisip mo ata yan
Yes po. Ano po kayo, Sir Mon?
Pero is this a reliable ventilator machine? Can it generate the pressure na kailangan mo talaga para, kasi yung ventilator, kumbaga, ang pagkakaintindi ko dun, tinutulak yung hangin sa loob ng baga ng tao
Yes, sir. Actually, again, it can never replace po high-tech, full-feature ventilator, which costs maybe $5,000, $10,000 each po. Yun. Pero this one po naman, instead of a person doing it nga po sa mga probinsya, sa malalayong lugar, ginawa po natin to as a potential design to augment lang po. Remember po that the Amibag was already designed by scientists, or it's been accepted by the medical field po. So, we're just basing on something that could press it lang po, like a person. And we consult with the pulmonologist naman po kung paano po siya ipipress, gaano kabilis, so that hindi po siya negatively affect the patient. Delikado po yun pag masobrahan din. So, again po, alternative lang po to.
So, kumbaga, gumawa lang kayo ng alternative manual pressure. Kasi hindi ba ginagawa manually yan sa ambulansya?
Yes, sir. Yeah, tao po ang nagpipress niyan. May count po yan. So, and meron pong size and may specific output po dapat yung ambibag. Ayan po yung partner ko sa Pilipinas 911. Tinesting po nila sa dummy na ginagamit po worldwide din. And it works po.
Okay. Pero, ganito mga devices, kasama na dyan yung ventilator. Hindi ba kailangan nyo ng clearance ng FDA at saka mga medical authorities bago siya pwedeng magamit?
Yes, sir. Actually, kailangan po niyan talaga. That's why po, when we created the mask po, we applied for FDA, LTO, license to operate approval po. Tapos, it's also called a CPR, which is we register the product, specific product. And we also patented it din po.
So may patent na kayo dyan. O, kamusta naman ang
application po.
Application pa lang. O, sige. Pag-usapan natin yan, ha? Kasi alam mo, yun ang isang bagay na, kumbaga, hinaharap ng lahat ng mga inventors. Di ba?
Yes,
na malaking issue kung paano ba, sige, nakagawa ka ng bagong imbensyon, paano ba mapatent siya, paano ka makakuha ng mga approval. Halimbawa, ito, gaano kabilis ba makakuha ng approval sa FDA? Edsel?
Well, of course, may mga process tayo na sinusunod. From initial process would be registering online, and then someone from the FDA would reply to your inquiry or your application. And then after that, right now, since we're in a tough situation with COVID, so what we did was meron tayong virtual tour of our facility, and then interview also with me and Arnel. And then, actually, it's a bit tedious kung paano sila mag-inspect ng warehouse, more on sanitation, although the whole 9 yards talaga, from tech to sanitation, and then from, let's say, what electronics that we're using, ganyan. And then, of course, more technical data sheets when it comes to the machines that we use, also especially the materials and the process of sanitation from our employees to our materials that we use. So you should have all those.
Wow, para kayong lumulusot sa butas ng karayom yan, ha? Arnel, tumatawa ka na dyan.
Yes, sir. Yes po.
So, nakakuha na ba kayo ng approval for this, or is still pending pa itong applications ninyo?
Yeah, would you believe po, pending pa po yan lahat. So, actually, naiintindihan naman po namin kasi of course, their mandate is of course the public safety and health po. So, we understand that. We cannot control that. It's just that, we're just saying na matagal din po process talaga nila.
Well, kaya ako lang naisip yan kasi kung talagang, safety, yun ang unang consideration. Maintindihan natin yan. No? Pero on the other hand, kung makakatulong ito sa mga kababayan natin, di ba dapat bigyan din ng prioridad yun, hindi ba? No? Lalo na sa panahon na ito. Anyway, sige, iba pang usapan yan. Pero isa yan, no? Yung approval ng FDA. Paano naman yung patent?
Okay. Patent naman po. Mas hindi po siya mas madali, pero basically it's a compliance thing lang po. So gagawa ka lang po ng patent application, dapat mo may magaling kang mechanical engineer na draftsman na gagawa ng drawings mo. Tapos kailangan po medyo may mechanically engineer kang consultant actually, pero kami na rin po yun ni Edsel. It's basically you have to be able to explain what your product is, tsaka bibigyan mo yung features na unique sa iba. So, gagawa ka po niyan, then i-apply mo po. Make sure lang po na legally, mas maganda siya na inclusive na, yet exclusive. Ganun po, mas general enough, but specific enough to be able to defend it, actually, kumbaga.
Pero hindi ba mahal itong prosesong ito? I mean, Arnel at saka Edsel, I mean, I understand, especially, well, you can apply for a Philippine patent, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Pero sa panahon na ito, hindi na pwedeng country by country eh. Kailangan mag-file ka na ng patent for global sana, hindi ba? Di ba
Yes, sir.
mahal nun?
Sobra po. Sample lang po yung ginawa natin na ito, na product na to. Ako po ito, tsaka ibang grupo. Ginawa po ng world's smallest UPS. Pag-apply lang po nito sa...
Sandali. Ano yung UPS para maintindihan ng mga kababayan natin?
Ang UPS po, yun di ba sa may mga computer kayo, yung pa nag-brown out, meron siyang battery backup, power. Ito naman po, ginawa na ang pinakamaliit na version nun para sa mundo. Nilalagay, ito...
Sandali. UPS yan?
UPS po, uninterruptible power supply. So, ito po, pag nakalagay na po to kinakabit po to sa mismong circuit board, yun ang design namin, para maging mobile siya. So, imagine mo po, lahat ng aeroplano, lahat ng kotse, lahat ng elevator, lahat ng computers, dapat meron ito para hindi siya masira. Yung mga iPad na yun. Pwede pong mag-last up to 10 years yan pag meron po nito. Yung mga kotse, yan po, 10 years. Now, ang problema po namin, pag nag-apply kami sa Philippines po, ayusin mo lang yung papel mo, for 2,500 pesos, you can already file online. But, to get it out there, to go to the publishing point, to do defending it, aabutin ka po approximately, I think, about 30 to 50,000. But, if you want an international patent, which is the patent treaty, ang tinatawag, ito po, aabutin ka close to about, if I'm not mistaken, $20,000 to $50,000. Yung isang patent po. Minimum. Yes po. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mahirap.
Medyo napakamot ako kasi paano ba yan? Kung ikaw, Philippine inventor, paano mo gagawin yan? No? Getting FDA approval,
Yes,
tapos magpa-file ka pa rin ng patent na yung pala saksakan ng mahal. Kasi, Arnel at saka Edsel, hindi na pwedeng local patent na lang, hindi ba?
Yes, that's true.
Sir, actually, sorry po, I'm the one answering right now because that's my field, no? Ako po yung, trabaho ko po yun. Kumbaga, scope of work ko sa partnership namin, saka sa grupo kong iba. Ang ginagawa ko lang po, basically, is I try to remind people, nandiyan nakikinig po sa inyong programa, na pwede naman po gawin ng legal remedies. Yung parang aking tip lang naman. You can actually just apply for patents. And that is already a stamp, a legal stamp on who owns it. Kung sino na una. Pwede mo na pong i-referan yan. Baka sabi sa abogado, pwede na rin po i-manifest na doon ka, ikaw yung owner nun. Ang tanong na lang po, kasi pag hindi mo po binabayaran yung mga patent application mo, na-abandon siya. Kailangan lang po, legally, mag-manifest ka, gumawa ka ng paraan with your lawyer, na tipong porket na abandon yan dahil hindi ko binabayaran, dahil sobrang mahal, na yung aking claim na yung patent penny, in-apply ko, tsaka design ko yan, is valid still. So sa akin po, ano lang po yan, it's a matter of making sure you're legally protected. You have something to prove that you're the one who invented it.
Okay. Pero let's take a large look at a larger picture, Edsel at
Yes, sir.
Arnel. Wala bang tulong na kukuha ang mga inventor na Pinoy sa gobyerno o sa mga private investors? Wala bang sistema para tulungan ang mga ang mga Filipino inventors?
Well, now actually we've been communicating and we have on the early stages of partnering, working together with DOST. So we are really fortunate to, we na-invite kami ng DOST to have an introduction meeting with them, and they wanted us to help bridge, the end users and innovators also for access to the facilities that they have, the people who can help, different industries or inventors, innovators who want to engage in the market. There's a big gap between invention and market penetration with the product. So DOST is now they're willing to help. I'm me and Arnel were really looking forward to working with them. Also with in the aspect of getting them partners internationally to help them fund their ideas. So it's not just yung sa amin ni Arnel, but we want a bigger view of the whole spectrum of these products that needs to be developed and guided to manufacturing, mass production, to market penetration, even for export sana. So that's what we're looking at.
Arnel, what can you add to that? Kasi parang ang tanong ko dito, di ba, sa ibang bansa, meron akong nababasa Meron sila mga sistema na pinipili, fina-funding, binibigyan ng pera, no? Tapos nadidevelop, natutulak yung invention. Sa Pilipinas, meron ba tayong ganun? Parang hindi pa buo di ba?
Meron konti siguro na ilan, pero when it comes to awareness, ganyan, support also. So I think it's more on hindi lang na nalilink yung right person end to end so bridging that gap, that's what me and Arnel want to work on this year with the help of the UST, bridging, linking an inventor to someone who can help him, for us also to give inputs on their ideas and products, really helping each other for the wider view of what's yet to come and what the capability that we have also as Filipinos, as inventors also
Sige. Okay, we have to take a break now, Arnel at saka Edsel, but let me leave this question with you kasi we'll in the latter part of the program babalik yung dalawa para magkakaroon tayo ng Q&A from the audience. Pero I'll leave you a question. May bias pa laban sa mga local inventions? Kasi local. Sige hold. Easy lang. Saka kayo sumagot. Mamaya, pagbalik nyo mamaya sa Q&A. Mga kaibigan, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back sa Teka Muna, mga kapatid. But before we proceed to our next interview, another inventor na naman, mas bata pa. Meron ako isang treat para sa mga televiewers natin. Okay? Do not miss a beat with the latest trends and happenings and jump into the Giga Life now with Smart. Download the Smart Giga Life app and get a chance to become one of 21 millionaires ngayong 2021 with Smart Giga Mania. With Smart Giga Mania, enjoy instant weekly freebies, a chance to win data and smartphones weekly. At tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, a chance to win 1 million pesos in the weekly draw. At kung talagang tinamaan ka ng malaking swerte, you can even become the winner of the 10 million peso grand prize. So ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Register na kayo po to Giga Mania via the Smart Giga Life app now. Jump into the Giga Life now with the country's fastest mobile data network, Smart, and continue to look forward to better and more exciting things to come in the future. No. 10 million. Anyway, sige. Balik na tayo sa ating discussion ngayon. Usapang inventions pa rin. Ang susunod na guest natin ay isa naman nakabuo ng isang invention na kakaiba rin. Medyo talagang iba. Solar panel, pero ibang klaseng solar panel. Solar panel, yung nagde-generate ng electricity using sunlight. Okay? Pag-usapan natin, we will ask our inventor, si Mr. Carby Aaron Magie. Siya po ay isang Mapua University student. Sandali, Carby, nakagraduate ka na ba?
Malapit na, sir. Konti na lang.
Konti na lang, ha? O, sige.
Konti na lang, sir.
Si Carby po ay gumawa po siya ng isang tinatawag na Arrayos system. At ang ibig sabihin po ng Arrayos, kailangan kong basahin dahil mahaba. The Aurora Renewable Energy and UV Sequestration System. Ang bigat naman ito, Carby. Hanip sa haba ng pangalan. Can you explain to us quickly? Ano ba itong Arrayos system na ito? Anong ginagawa niya na kakaiba?
Okay. First, thank you, Sir Mon, for inviting me. So, never kong na-imagine na mapapanood ko yung sarili ko in your show. So, thank you very much for that. Arrayos, tama kayo, sir. It's Aurora Renewable Energy and UV Sequestration. So, what it does is, it's a material that absorbs ultraviolet light as well, aside from yung visible light. Kasi yung sunlight, meron siyang 3 components: infrared, visible light, and ultraviolet light. Yung solar panels that we have, visible light lang yung hina-harvest niya. So what's new with Arrayos is that it also absorbs ultraviolet light. Then at the same time, sir, etong ultraviolet light na to, kino-convert niya into electricity. And yung material natin is from wastes. So doon na nai-introduce yung circular economy, which I think is a bit different from yung mga solar and renewable energy solutions na meron tayo.
O sige, isa-isahin natin yan. Let's break this down, Carby. No? Kasi sinasabi mo, yung ordinary solar panel, yung visible light lang ang nagagamit niya na ikino-convert to electricity. Okay, ito sinasabi mo, UV. Hina-harvest niya yung UV. So, what's the advantage kung magagawa mo yon?
First, definitely, mas marami tayong makukuhang energy from the sunlight. Mas may-utilize natin siya in a better way kasi hindi na lang visible light pero pati ultraviolet light. And most of the time, si ultraviolet light nagko-cause siya ng mga diseases tulad ng mga yun sa mata natin, mabilis mag-degenerate yan if you are usually exposed sa ultraviolet light outdoors. So what we do is with our ability to harvest ultraviolet light, mas nasusulit natin yung sunlight, and at the same time napapababa natin yung UV levels in areas kung saan mataas yung exposure sa UV light, na in the long run it would also help people have better and healthier lives kasi hindi na sila ganun ka-expose sa ultraviolet light. And yung pa, sir, I would just like to add that ultraviolet light kasi is also known as a silent killer kasi usually kahit nasa lilim tayo or shade, akala natin okay na tayo kasi hindi tayo naaarawan Pero what's different about ultraviolet light is nagbabound siya sa iba't ibang surface. So kahit sa pader, sa sahig, or sa kahit yung sa mga glass ng building especially. So si ultraviolet, nagbabounce off siya doon. So kahit nasa lilim tayo, hindi natin alam na i-expose pala tayo sa ultraviolet light. And
pero kung ganun, Carby, no? Kung nagbabounce yung UV light, no? Nagbabounce sa ibang building, nagbabounce sa ibang area, ang ibig mo ba sabihin, hindi kailangan directly exposed sa sunlight itong solar panel mo na Arrayos para makakuha at saka mag-generate ng electricity?
Yes, sir. Tama. Tama kayo dyan. Yun yung isang advantage natin.
Kahit nasa lilim yung solar panel mo, pwede siya mag-generate ng electricity. Ganun ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Basta, nasa lilim siya and outdoors. Kasi in that manner din, sir, yun yung advantage natin versus conventional photovoltaic solutions or solar panels. Imagine, sir, yung isang buong building, pwede natin siya lagyan in all four sides. Hindi lang kung saan yung side na nakatapat sa araw, pero kahit yung facing away from the sun, makakakuha tayo kasi as long as outdoor siya. And there's this phenomena kasi na called cloud scattering. So what it meant is yung UV, pag yung sunlight, pag pumasok siya sa clouds, so si visible light medyo nabablock niya, kaya may concept tayo ng ay malilim kapag maulap. Pero si UV, ang ginagawa ng clouds kasi, ini-scatter niya to. So imbis na i-block niya, isa-scatter niya into different areas, mas ikakalat niya. So yung advantage natin, nakaka-capture natin yun kahit malilim, kahit cloudy, and yun siguro yung isa sa greatest advantage na meron tayo versus yung existing solutions natin.
Okay, so in short, meron kang gumagamit na solar panel na kahit hindi tinatamaan ng araw. Ganon.
Yes, yes sir, yes sir. Totoo, totoo.
Okay.
Basta outdoors.
Basta outdoors. Kasi sinasabi mo,
Yes sir.
Kumakalat yung UV light at kung pwede mong ilagay sa sa bintana,
Yes
sa
sir.
pader.
Yes sir. Pader,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So, okay, sige. Pero meron ka na banggitin, Carby, na medyo na tumama sa isip ko kanina. Ang ginagamit mo para gawin ito mga solar panel na ito ay scrap? Vegetable scrap?
Yes, sir. Totoo.
Ano yung tinutukoy mo dyan?
Yun sir, kasi yung mismong device natin, kaya din dun sa pangalan niya, may part na aurora. Kasi yung inspiration niya is from yung aurora borealis and aurora australis. So ito yung northern and southern lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yes sir. So ang concept kasi niya, yung phenomena kung ba't nagkakaroon ng ganun is yung high energy waves from the sun, tumatama siya sa atmosphere natin. Then, yung atmosphere natin, may particles doon na kino-convert siya into visible light. And this visible light, ito yung nakikita natin na mga makukulay na light show sa mga polar regions. So, yun yung ginagawa ng particles na ine-extract namin from wastes. Yung UV light, kino-convert niya into visible light, which can now be used using traditional methods in PV solutions to convert it into electricity. So yung waste, nakukuha na natin ng certain particles na kino-convert niya yung UV into visible light. Para in that manner, yung normal solar panels natin, magbe-benefit from that. Makukuha na natin yung electricity from even UV kasi converted na siya into visible light.
So sinasabi mo may two-step process ito. Yung UV light, i-convert nito mga particles nito, gagawin niyang regular light. Tapos yung regular light, yun ang pwedeng gamitin ng photovoltaic cells para gawing electricity. 1, 2, 3, parang ganon. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Pero ano itong materials na to? Yung sinasabi mong galing sa mga waste. Anong waste products itong pinagkukunan mo na materials na to?
Yes, sir. Yung isa dun sa pinaka usual na ginagamit ko and from the videos is yung galing siya sa ginger or sa luyang dilaw or turmeric. So,
turmeric. Naku,
Yes, sir.
Iniinom ko yun.
Yes, sir. So, aside from the health benefits na meron siya, would you believe, sir, isa siya sa mga best ways or best compounds na mga gagamit natin to convert UV into visible light. So, may added benefit pa pala maliban sa health benefits na meron siya. So, yun.
Grabe naman yung turmeric na yan. Ano pa? Bukod sa turmeric, meron pa bang ibang mga
yes, sir.
karaniwan na hindi natin akalain? Yan, yung kinakain mo pala yan. Yun.
Yes, sir. So, nakapag-testing na rin ako ng mga, yung local tomatoes na meron tayo. Kasi, galing kasi,
Kamatis?
yes, sir. Pwede din siya. Kamatis din, meron din akong, it's a tree from Cagayan de Oro na doon lang tumutubo. So, may farm doon. Then, humingi ako, upon research kasi, meron siyang certain compound na similar doon sa ginagamit ko na synthetic compound. So, tinesting ko, magkalapit naman. And yun, what happened is may onting parang may i-add ka lang na certain compounds, then magagawa na rin niya yung UV to visible light conversion. So, ang maganda sa kanila, iba-ibang crops. Pero ang difference kasi, sir, may certain crops na, for example, 1 kilo ng turmeric, marami na tayong ma-extract na particles dun eh. Pero unlike ng tomato, yung tomato medyo about 3 to 5 times yung dami na kailangan mo para makapag-extract ka ng particles na kailangan natin. So medyo varying din siya.
Sandali, gumagawa ka ba ng solar panel o nagluluto ka ba ng pagkain? Ano ba ito?
Sir, totoo yan, sir. Ang sobrang, itong pandemic din kasi, sobrang naging limited yung movement natin eh. Kaya there's a certain truth sa sinabi niyo, sir, na talagang yung kitchen ng nanay ko, yung equipments niya, yun yung ginagamit ko din. Yun talaga, sir, yung ginagamit ko. So,
sana naman yung ginagalit yung nanay mo, ha?
yung ibang equipment niya, sir, medyo nasakripisyo ko, pero for science naman eh. So, medyo
For
may mga
science,
minomodify. Yes, sir, may mga minomodify tayo para magamit natin siya sa certain purpose na kailangan natin. And yun, sir, siguro yung masasabi ko na something siguro na nakaka-proud din sa ating mga Filipino. And yun kina Sir Arnel din. Nagagawa natin, sir, gawa ng paraan eh. Na kahit medyo kapos tayo sa resources, wala yung available na kailangan natin, innate sa atin, sir, na naghahanap tayo ng mga alternatives. And through that, yun, nakagawa tayo ng mga bago and innovative na solutions.
Sandali, Carby, meron mga pala akong nakalimutan banggitin from the very start of this interview, no? Na ito, baka isipin niyo mga kaibigan na gawa-gawa lang ito ni Carby, no? Pero hindi. Hindi biro ito dahil Carby has actually won the James Dyson Award. This is an international award. She's the first winner of the Sustainability Award of that particular award-giving body. It's an international body, well-respected body. Kaya malaking karangalan para sa Pilipinas. Itong hindi pa nag-graduate na MAPUA student, ay nanalo po no? ng ganitong award na may prize pa yan at yun ang tatanungin ko sa iyo Carby ngayon. O sige, nanalo ka ng prize, meron ka ng ganitong award. Anong follow-through mo dito sa ginawa mong invention? Is there a way that you can now make it a commercial product? I suppose you're working on that now. Kamusta ka na ron?
That is very true, sir. Bali, yun, kasi a little background lang. I'm really from an engineering background kasi. So, totoo eh, to invent something would only be yung half nung journey eh. The other half would be paano mo ito madadala dun sa mga tao na magbe-benefit from the technology. And that is a little bit of a business side na. So, fortunately, over the past 3 months, nagkaroon ako ng chance to meet a very good person na naging mentor ko din, si Ajel, sir. I think you know him, sir. And, so yun, we're working on it na kung paano yun. Kasi totoo din yung mga sinabi nila, Sir Arnel, after invention, hindi lang siya about science and engineering eh. Meron ng legal issues, meron ng patents, meron ng permits and mga certifications na kailangan. So, over the past 3 months, yun yung ginagawa namin. And yun, slowly but steady, we're trying to build it up to have a very strong foundation kasi naniniwala kami na eventually, this would be a solution that can cater a global scale. While at the same time, natutulungan natin yung mga locals natin, local grassroots communities natin. Kasi pwede natin silang makapartner in harvesting the materials that we would need, in creating yung mga products and yung mga processes, pwedeng sila yung paggawa natin. Then, we have this chance para dalin sila sa international countries din. And I think para magawa yun, kailangan very strong yung pinaka-foundation na umpisa natin.
I just want to understand, kasi yung nakita ko doon sa mga picture mo, Carby, no, parang ginagawa mo siya mga tiles na...
Yes, sir. Mga plates.
Parang mga plates na parang glass. So, pwede siyang maging bintana. Ganon.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Correct.
O pwede siyang maging pader. Ilalatag mo sa
Yes,
pader.
sir.
Pero meron din ako
Yes, sir.
nabasa, sige, kasi we're almost out of time, pero quick question dito. Pwede rin siyang gamitin sa kotse?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. kasi yung pa yung isa sa advantage natin versus conventional solar panels. Sila kasi kailangan flat and medyo glass-based yung material nila. So, medyo mahirap i-form and i-curve in certain ways na magiging mas aerodynamic para sa kotse. So,
kasi
Orius
kurbada.
kasi, yes sir, correct. And si Orius kasi, ano tayo, what we would like to call it as a biopolymer. So, medyo related tayo sa plastic. Pero yung components natin,
okay.
yes sir, I think pwede natin siyang tawagan someday as the good plastic. Kasi yung plastics that we have is usually made from petrochemicals, oil. And yung sa atin kasi is a bit different kasi kumukuha tayo from wastes, from existing bio-wastes. So, bioplastic siya. And sir, hindi siya nabubulok agad. Hindi siya madaling mabulok kasi yun yung isa sa misconception na dahil sa...
pwede mo ilagay mo yan sa windshield.
Yes, sir.
Ng,
Yes, sir. Kasi maka-curve natin siya without suffering yung effect na bababa yung efficiency niya or yung power output niya. Kasi natatrap yung light inside eh. So, nagba-bounce back lang siya doon sa loob.
Okay. And we're almost out of time, Carby. So, one last question. Kasi ayaw kong bitawan ito eh. Meron kong nabasa din na pwede raw gaming sa tela ng yung damit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Paano mo magagawa yun?
Di ba, for windows and for walls, we use plates. Then, yung para sa mga kotse or kahit ships and mga airplane eventually, curved na mga panel siya. Yung sa damit naman, we would turn into fibers naman, sir. So, yung mismong sinulid, eventually, yes, sir. Doon, yung mismong sinulid can trap this sunlight, this ultraviolet light, then convert into visible light. Then, on certain areas, we have this, we are also developing something, pero di ko pa pwedeng sabihin, na would increase the efficiencies and allow us to harvest more energy in that manner din, sir. So, secret pa, sir.
Carby, delikado to. No? Kasi kung sumuot ako ng jacket na gawa mo, magiging electric personality ako. Ganun yan.
Yes, sir.
Makakakuryente
ng electric personality niya.
Makakakuryente ako ng tao. Anyway, Carby, we have to take a break again. O sige, pero we will bring you at saka si Arnel at saka si Edsel back. We'll take questions from the audience at saka ako, marami pa akong tanong, okay, sa inyong dalawa. So, yung tatlo. We'll be right back, mga kaibigan. Huwag po kayong umalis. Welcome back, mga kaibigan. Dito po sa Tech Muna at we are talking with 3 Filipino inventors who have developed some very, very interesting inventions na pwedeng gamitin talaga sa araw-araw na buhay at saka sa combat ng COVID dito sa Pilipinas. Arnel Marcelo Andal, si Edsel Orense, let's come back on. At saka si Carby Eren Magie. Come on, Carby, come back. O sige. Sandali ha. Before we start dun sa questions, isang simpleng tanong muna, sandali. Arnel, Don Bosco ka ba sa high school?
Ako po.
Sino? Si Edsel? Si Edsel. Si Edsel ang Don Bosco. Sorry ha. I got the two of you reversed, no? Ngayon ko lang nalaman na magka-batchmate ka pala kayo ng anak ko.
Actually, sir, Sir
Oh.
Mon, it's nice to see you again. Nakisabay ako sa inyo one time when I went home from school. Bumaba ako sa Villamor. Oo, sir. I'm not sure if you remember. I think that was a Black Zephyro pa yata. You had a Black Zephyro, parang ganyan.
Ay, nako. My apologies sa Edsel, kasi siguro maliit pa kayo noon, kaya hindi ko na makonect.
Hindi
No?
pa. Actually, hindi na ako sure eh. Now that you mentioned it, sir, kayo nga talaga yun. It's nice
Sige,
to see you.
tignan mo talaga mga coincidences. Sige. Okay. Kayong tatlo, na very interesting discussion, very exciting actually innovations. Pero alam mo, ang nakikita kong problema niyong lahat, yung second phase hindi ba? Paano niyo ginagawa yung inyong imbensyon na maging isang produkto na magiging available sa mga taong pwedeng gumamit nito? Diba?
Okay.
Sige. General question sa inyong tatlo. Meron ba kayong alam na sistema sa ibang bansa na nagagawa ito ng mas maayos, mas sistematiko na pwede sana natin pag-aralan at gamitin din dito sa Pilipinas? Arnel, ikaw atang pinakamatanda dito eh. So, ano yung tingin mo? Do you know of any system na pwedeng gawing mas efficient at sistematiko yung conversion of invention into product?
Actually, sir, a very, very good question. So actually po, sa buong mundo po, honestly, you can only see that karamihan po dyan are driven by the science and technology agencies nila, about government, and also the private sector po talaga. But again, if you deal with the private sector, they always want equity. They always want a portion of your product agad. Problema naman po sa science and technology agencies naman po, ang program sila, karamihan po are grants. So actually, parang papautangin ka. So ang kailangan po, in our view, is a vetting or a clearinghouse that basically decides which products, which inventions are beneficial to mankind and to science and research. So that one would actually funnel funds or actually match funds from abroad, from foundations, which could now generate the proper growth format for the inventions, be it for instant benefit or research and development or pure science. So yung pang-importante right now.
So pero ibig sabihin niyan na Arnel, kailangan may criterion ka doon, hindi ba?
Yes, sir.
Kasi kung kumbaga may selection process. So are you saying the criteria should be some kind of parang public benefit, public welfare benefit, gano'n? Is that one of the criteria that you could suggest para sa ganyang proseso na yan?
Sir, actually, you're asking for a smart group. So, you know that that's a very difficult thing to create. But that needs to be created. Because we need the academe and the government to at least have that technical working group that would identify, vet, and matchmake inventors with proper inventions, with funds, and the market, actually. So, mahirap po talaga, sir. Very strong and violent question, actually, yan. But, personally, we had to have a caravan, a presentation caravan sa US with our product na Circuit UPS because this will negate the e-waste po worldwide. Remember, like 20 million tons of electronic waste. Now, with this 10 years, ang buhay ng isang component ng computer mo or kotse mo, aeroplano mo. So, imagine for the applications aeronautically, yun po, even us, we are facing daunting tasks, just like Carvey. But I'm very proud of my fellow inventor, Carvey.
Proud of you. Thank you, sir.
Sige, Carvey, nabanggit ka na rin. Tanungin kita, kasi anong papel ng mga eskwelahan? You are from Mapua. Talagang hardcore engineering school yan. No? So ano nakikita nyo, ikaw, ano nakikita mong papel ng mga engineering school sa ganitong proseso of creating inventions and getting them out into the market para maging produkto mapapakinabangan ng mga ordinaryong tao?
I think for me, sir, una, yung yung diversity din kasi na Mapua offers sa students nila. So sobrang merong mga subjects na iba-iba. And in that manner, sir, dun ka makakadraw ng inspiration to create a strong invention, to create a strong product. Kasi once you have a strong product, a sound invention, in a way na yun para ma-bring mo siya to the market. Kasi in that manner, sure ka na dun sa technology, dun sa product mo. Pero definitely, there would be a big help, I think, if magkakaroon pa ng ways, expanded mga subject and curriculums perhaps, na I think related about business din. Kasi ako, personally, nung una, iniisip ko talaga, invention is invention and business is different. Pero as through the journey, yes sir, I realized na complementary sila. Na if gusto mo na yung product mo would reach to the market, to the people that would need it, dapat mas steer mo din siya as a business owner to have a startup. And I think the Philippines is already, although in baby steps, we are already creating startup communities and programs na din. And I think even schools like Mapua, there's also accelerator and startup programs na sa tingin ko in that manner, in 5 to 10 years from now, the problems that us inventors are facing right now might be gone na or lesser na. Kasi sumasabay na din nag-grow na din siya. So I think it's a very great time na to be an inventor na rin. It's a really great time kasi sumasabay na, unlike dati, sobrang andaming, even the government, ang hirap pero ngayon may ecosystem na unti-unting nabubuo that supports us.
Okay, pero sandali, Edsel, let me bring you into the picture, kasi
Yes po.
on the one hand, mas madali na mag-invent, right? Kasi you have more tools, correct?
Nowadays po, yes,
Yes.
correct.
More computers, smarter computers.
Yes.
Tapos meron ka mga
Other computers, you have
you have
a lot of
3D printers,
yes, and
etc.,
even
etc.
you can learn a lot of things online, and you can buy things online, like from yung tools mo, the machines that you want to use, even it's from abroad, you just buy online. So the access to materials and knowledge is there already. So yun nga, like Arnel and Harvey said, na talagang it's the other half that's really challenging, penetrating the market. It's either penetrating the market or market creation, and then when you put out your product, there's another question when it comes to after sales. So that's a different ball game. And then after sales, how do you retain back your client? That's another, it's another ball game na naman. So the whole ecosystem is really, it's huge. Na you really need help from different sectors to learn and to execute. So it's challenging din talaga. So you really need help din talaga, all together.
I'm sorry, we're really running out of time. Sinasabihan na ako ng studio. Pero sandali, last question sa inyong tatlo. Mabilis. Hindi lang ito nag-invento kayo ng walang purpose Halimbawa, ikaw, Carby. Mukhang talagang sustainability, Environment. Nasa isip mo. Ikaw,
Yes, sir.
kayo naman na Arnel at saka Edsel, COVID, gaano ka-importante yung mga purpose na yan sa inyo? Yan ba ay, kumbaga, nasa buto kailangan kung magiging inventor ka? Ganun ba yun? Quickly one sentence answers lang sa inyong tatlo. Arnel, ikaw.
Sir, simply put, it's passion beyond life and being able to help others. That should be primary. Leave your mark.
Okay. Ikaw, Edsel, ano masasabi mo?
Well, definitely going beyond what you can do, and having a broader mindset on things, and seeing ideas to reality mainly is primary for me. That's to express, with engineering and arts. So these things are really priceless for me. Doon pa lang, without actually having the product as with profit, that main spectrum pa lang is really something for me. I'm thankful na kagad on that aspect.
So, Edsel, you sound like an artist. Anyway, sige.
I am, sir.
Carby, anong masasabi mo?
I
Bakit
think-
mo ginagawa ito?
I think, sir, I just want to live a better world for the next generation din. Hindi man nila ako maalala, makilala, or even for the hundreds or thousand years to come. Pero yung nakatulong ako to make a better world from them, to live it better than kung ano ko siya nadatnan. And at the same time, sir, mahalaga siguro na meron tayong driving purpose and inspiration kasi mahirap, may times na mahirap, susuko ka kasi laging failure yung results. Pero balikan lang natin ba tayo nagsimula.
Okay. Maraming salamat sa inyong tatlo. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Thank you for having me.
guesting tonight at saka for doing the work that you're doing. More power.
Thank you, Sir Mon.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mabuhay kayo.
Thank you very much. Maraming salamat sa ating mga guests, si Arnel, si Edsel, at saka si Carby. At maraming salamat sa inyo po for sticking with us for the past hour. Maraming salamat for your viewership. Lagi pong tandaan na malaki po ang pakinabang ng gadgets. Pero, teka muna. Think before you click. Ako po ulit si Mon Isberto, ang inyong tech tito o tech lolo, depende na sa inyo. Magandang gabi po mula sa amin dito sa 1PH. Kami po ang boses ng pinagkakaisang Pilipinas.